I'm Twisted Granny Tarot. Good evening, y'all. I hope you're doing good. We're working on Gemini at this point in time. I got a nice set of cards here called Runic Tarot. And because I'm, bedeviled, yes, I could say that, by the Norse mythology. I really, really, really like it. So when I saw this deck, actually another reader was using it on TV. On YouTube. So I decided, well, that's what I want to do. Because it's colorful and it makes use of Norse mythology. Cards are really stiff, but everything will be all right. Okay. Oops. I'm almost there. Alrighty, Gemini. Hey, I read cards for a Gemini last week. We had a fun time. She was a lot of fun. So, airheads are fun. I hope you got some you can be friends with. Except I really feel like, some people just don't like them because they're just. But anyway. All right. Oh. Twisted Granny Tarot uses the diagram of a horoscope in order to predict or warn people about what's coming up for them or what could be happening in their lives. And if you ordered a chart online, you would get in your email a diagram that looks like this. It's got a circle. It's got 12 slices of pie in there. And each of these 12 sections has a title. Second house is your money. Third house is your communication. Fourth house is your home. Fifth house is romance. So what's going to happen? We're going to put a card in each one of those slots, and it'll give us a little picture of what is going on in those categories. Okay? All right. It'll be painless, I promise. Okay? So, let me cut the cards. Okay? All right. First house. This would be, in an astrology reading, your first house represents your appearance. But when we're reading cards, it's more like about what's on your mind right now. Oh, God. What? Gemini. Is somebody what are they trying to do to you? This is the Emperor. We don't like the Emperor. No air signs like the Emperor because he wants to make you follow rules. No. What kind of nightmare is that? Ew. Rules. Or are you trying to turn over a new leaf and get more organized and methodical? Okay, second house. Wow, this is supposed to be about your money. Lovers. Well, now some people marry for money. Maybe that sounds pretty appealing, but I heard an expression last week, as a matter of fact, it was. This one grandmother said to her granddaughter, if you marry for money, you'll pay every day. So just be aware. Okay, so we got the lovers there. So we got a joint bank account, or you're sharing money with somebody. All right. Third house is is wands. The third house is communication. Now what we got here is not a nice card. So what might have happened was some conversation took place that was unflattering to a particular person, and lots of people are in trouble over it. There are just people that are in trouble over it. This is trouble. Okay, this is trouble because of conversation. Fourth house is your home. Well, now we got Queen of Wands. Now we're going to That's a face card to me. So I'm going to put a modifier on it, which is, oh my God, a party. Okay. So, oh, so, okay, what I'm going to say is if you're a woman, you manage whatever's happening in your house and you do a good job. And really, you kind of like to have it busy in there. I mean, it's possible for you to have a big party and then you need to recover for a couple of weeks. But then you're going to have another one because they're very appealing for you. And in the meantime, what we have a modifier for this face card, and it is she runs the parties and she's good at organizing that kind of thing and entertainment. And this right here is family, not heirlooms, but family traditions and family love and family expanding to help take care of all the family members, no matter how many there are. So, in other decks, it's a generational card, and it shows grandma, grandpa, the mom and dad, the babies, the dogs, and the house in the background. Well, in a Viking, you're in the main hall, or the long hall, and you're drinking and having a good time. So there's a party at your house, and it's for the family. So I guess I can say this: holidays are big family events around your house, around your family. Okay, okay, that's house number 4. House number 5 is about romance and creativity. Now, what the world is this? Well, I'll tell you what, it's not that good, but there's a rainbow in the background. So, dang it, hold on. How did I lose that? Oh, well, that's not it either, is it? It's not a good sign for romance, but okay, I'm still looking for the meaning of this because it doesn't look like my regular. It says here, 5th house. Act with bravery, harness your power. Take action. Time to set intentions. Change is coming. That's what the rainbow is. So this is a card telling you that there are good things coming. You might be bored and you might be unhappy at the moment or disappointed, but things are going to change and be ready for it. Harness your power. Take action. Time to set intentions. So if you're going to set intentions, there are a number of ways a person can do that. First of all, they need to take place in your mind. I'm going to set the intention to do X, Y, Z. Put that on your list. Hang the list up where you can see it every day, because that will. I know Geminis, sometimes they need a little push to stay on track, to stay on course, so to speak. So you need to set your intentions now, unless they should get away. I got 6 planets in air. I think I sort of know you. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. Oh my God. This is work and health. This is a high priestess. What the world? Good grief. Work and health. Okay, so a high priestess is the equivalent of your spirit guide, your fairy godmother, that little voice that talks to you in your head and says, "Turn around, look behind you, or don't go left, go right," because she's going to keep you safe, and she knows what's around you, and it's her job. If you're talking about a spiritual entity who's assigned to take care of you, it's her job to keep you safe and to help you get on track and help you make good decisions so your life can be everything it needs to be. So girl, so if you work in an office, you're really good at picking up unannounced secrets You can pick up a secret just because you can. Some people can pick up secrets that belong to other people because they have a really good antenna. They have a really good antenna. In other words, any person's receiver. Everybody has a receiver. Oh, remember that song called turn your radio on, turn your radio on. Well, if you turn your radio on, you're going to get messages. If you say, there's no such thing as intuition, and I don't believe in anybody. Like if you just turned your radio off, and you're not ever going to get any. It's just as simple as that, on or off. Now, mine's on, and I'm always grateful. So, stay alive. She'll help you stay alive. Pay attention at work. Because, well, if you work and your work you get paid for and that's your livelihood, that it pays to be aware. Okay? Oh my goodness. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7th house of marriage partnerships and business partnerships. Well, shucks. This is not a good thing. It's another disappointing card. So we're going to go to the 9 of Wands. For reverence for life is what this says. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Reverence for life. Wait a minute. Recognition of hard work. Don't give up. Release burdens. Push through this. So in your marriage partnerships and business partnerships, y'all are going through a rough time. It's hurtful. And it's depressing. And it leaves you feeling terribly miserable. Just terribly miserable. And of course, right opposite that, we have this guy right here who's not your friend. So situations are going on that are interfering with your beauty, your beautiful life, and your wonderful enhancements. They're in the way. Okay. Okay, that's 7. This is 8. Oh, look at that. Money from other people. Money from other people means income tax checks, inheritance checks, insurance checks, that kind of lawsuit checks, those kinds of things. Now, we don't necessarily see those items getting deposited into your savings account today. But look, he is pushing his boat toward the rising sun. And so he knows there's going to be money for you. There's going to be money for you at some point in the fairly near future. I don't think it'll be 5 years. So I think that sometime between now and 5 years, your financial situation will improve to the tune of situations occurring that you were not expecting that brought you money. Okay? 8, 9. 9th house is philosophy, religion, higher education, and long distance travel. Well, those to me look like souvenirs on the wall that he picked up in his travels. And so I'm going to say that there are lots of things that you may have wanted to experience in the past, but you were not able to, primarily because A, you could have been young, B, you could have had children to look after, and C, you didn't have the money. But now, if you would like to plan a trip to X, write it down. I mean it. X, Y, Z, I don't care. If you've ever wanted to study a spiritual nature, to be safe, don't write it down where anybody can see it. But you could say, take a course in X. You say whatever X is. Dream interpretation, tarot, and other things. Oh, ghosts, those kinds of things. So those situations are on the agenda, and it's required that you actually have to take steps towards getting there. They're just not going to, drop a lottery ticket from the sky. All right? All right. Now, this is your 10th house of career. Oh my God, girl, this is not good. Sugar babe, this is not good. This is not good. Are you fixing to quit your job? Are you fixing to quit your job? Maybe you want to quit your job. Maybe they're killing you because the Nine of Swords, which is what this is, in other decks, shows a man on the ground with 9 swords stuck in his back. And a reader will say, did somebody stab you in the back? Because literally, that's what that card means. Or B, did you stab somebody else in the back? She might not want to. No, people don't want to admit that. But maybe they deserved it. I don't know. So, how are you going to handle that? So what I'm going to say, and what the opposite card is family card. Maybe you'd be just as happy to quit and go back home and find out what kind of work you can do at home. And you'll be out of the politics and the nastiness. What do you think of that? Okay, 11th house is long-term plans and friends from previous employers. Oh, jeez, will you look at this? Look at her. They've got her at a step. I think there have been some times when the people that you work with have severely disappointed you. Severely. They might have lied about you. They might have stolen things from you. They might have had spite. Just out of spite, they did things. No, Lordy. 12th house is what you think about when you... Well, there we go. Thank God for that. Okay, is the world. This is what you think about when you go to sleep at night. That's the category it's in. And because this name of this card is the world, then these bad things that have happened to you here. Now, let me think about this. Most of these things happened, except for the Emperor. He's not a pleasant guy. And this is some conversation that took place that, lit fires thither and yon, that he could fix it. In the end, it'll all be fixed and it'll all go away. Now, fixed might just mean you quit your job and you bury that darn job and you don't ever think about it again. Don't do that. I mean, don't think about it again if you're going to leave it, ever. Because this is a really good starting over card. And I believe that you desperately want to start over. Geminis, you desperately want to start over. So anything is possible. All right? Anything is possible. Anything is possible. So conduct yourself in a business-like fashion. Find another job and go on with your life. Because whatever's going on here, these are not your people. However that misery occurred. So, you know what? So the next time you go for a job, do some research on who works there, why they work there. I don't know how to find that out for you, but I'm pretty sure you could figure it out. All right? Now we're going to get another card. Oh my God. Oh my God. Now this is the card you want, because this is the card of a person who knows how to manifest. This is the Magician. It's the number 1 card in the deck. Number 1. And here on this card, what he is doing is he has raised his right hand and he is telling the universe, the gods, his spirit guides, his dead relatives that are on the other side, that he needs this to happen. And in order to get that to happen, you tell them to those people over and over again. And you set up an altar, and you put on the altar all the items that pertain to what you want to have happen. So if you want a new job, put down some items that refer to a new job. That's about all I can say about that, not knowing what kind of work you do. So, and the thing about a magician, if you can manifest, girl, you will manifest whatever you need. You will manifest whatever you need, I promise. Because it's incredibly surprising. Because actually, the people in America who are Christians are not supposed to know how to manifest. We're supposed to get down on our knees and pray to God to give it to us, or pray to Jesus to give it to us. And I'm like, well, you know what? That never worked for me. But when I start physically naming objects and put them on my table, and I might even write myself a timeline. Although we're not in charge of timing, because who's in charge of timing lives up there. So your mother, your grandmother, your grandfather, people who loved you on the other side. You tell them what you want, and because you have to ask them, or they cannot help you. So you tell them what you want, and then they have to go out about the business of figuring out how to get it for you. Now, they've got the airplane view up there. They got the long-range drone view of the Earth down here. So they can see a lot farther than we can, because we're 5 or 6 feet off the sidewalk. That's all. So just go ahead and lay out the things that you want on the altar. Light a candle. If you need any other, send me an email, twistedgrannytarot@gmail.com. And maybe we can talk about that. We'll see. Okay? Because this is the most important thing that just happened to you on this table tonight. And this one, because he said, the world card said, you know what, everything's going to be all right, baby. And this one said, and I'm going to teach you how to never go to that place again. You're going to learn how to manifest. It's amazing. Lots of people know how to manifest. Only they had to learn it the hard way. Okay? No, you can't take a class. You just have to follow your nose and follow other people's leads. People that you might trust. Anyway, we can put it like that. All right? All right, well, thanks for listening. Thanks for letting me use my runic tarot, which I love. I hope you get your own deck. It's awesome. And I'll see you in another couple of weeks, okay? Bye. Thanks for everything. It was good talking to you.